Okie doke. Gonna try doing some more Blender today. Still learning, so yeah. I'm just gonna see what I can do and we'll see how we go. Cool. As the tags may suggest, I'm going to try doing some Palworld fan art. I've been playing a lot of Palworld recently and it's really fun. I really like it. So yes, that's what I'm going to try and do. I know doing it in Blender's probably more complex or convoluted, but really it's more of just an exercise so I can get used to using Blender, being a bit more familiar with it, just, you know, using a tool to learn it pretty much. There is like a fan art competition at the moment for Valentine's Day or Palentine's Day. So I don't know if I'll submit for it, but I figure if I start something and just make something, you know, that's just a good motivation to do something anyway, I figure. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to pull up some reference pictures on my other screen. And I have a bit of an idea of what I want to do. Now, no doubt I probably could pull, well, maybe I might not be able to, but, you know, I could probably grab somebody's asset from somewhere that they've already done or started, or I don't even know if I could pull directly from the game, but even if I could, I want to make everything from scratch myself. I'm going to see how close I can get, or maybe make it a bit different, or maybe stylize a little bit. I've got some options that I could do, so yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have fun with it and not worry too much if it looks exactly right. I'll say that now. But we'll see how we go. And yeah. Okay, so I want to try, we'll start with the easiest thing. Start with the face and the head. I'm going to have to learn a whole bunch of texturing as well, I would imagine, that I haven't really, UVs and all the rest of it I haven't really done a whole lot of. Just very much, only a little bit of that stuff. Most of the objects I created for the game jam a couple of weeks ago was, a few weeks ago now, was like flat textures, flat colors and things like that, so not a lot of intricate detail of at least the colors and stuff like that. So I might have to figure some of that out as well as I go, but yeah, the best way to learn something is to figure out what you want to make and then figure out what you don't know how to do, of how to make it, and then you fill in the gaps and you go from there. Why am I, oh yeah. And here I am gonna try and remember all the shortcuts that I forget. So if we start with a sphere, I'll just move this box out of the way. I'm not sure if I want it, but actually I'll just delete it. I can always create a new one. I want this sphere to be fairly smooth. So maybe I'll do, maybe I'll do something like a few more segments. I mean, I know I can smooth it, but like, don't want to go under by too much. Might have to tweak it a little bit. Oops, that's too many. That's too many. Yep, I think that's right. Cool. I have a sneaking suspicion this is huge. Scale it down just a little bit. Yeah. feels right. Face needs to be... It's fairly round. It's not that round though. Maybe squidge it a little. Maybe do... Oh! Look at it from the right side. Always look on the right side of life. Do-do, 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 do-do. No, I think I'm doing it the wrong way. I think I need to do a Z squish. And then... Is that too much? Maybe not too much. Maybe a bit too much. A little bit of a Z squish. Not too much. Just a little Z squish. I don't even know how to start the rest of this. I'll start with the circle and then... Oh no, what do I do now? Help! Could try... The body? The body is... a cylinder. Everything is cylinders all the way down. That's huge. That is not quite what I want. Also, again, I can always, like... This is only for learning purposes, like, we don't have to make it super optimized, so if I want to make it look nice, I can just... It will cope. My computer will cope because it is amazing. Computer do good. Good computer. And it will manage, even if I make too many polygons. I assume. Cool. Then what do we have? We have another bit. Some more cylinders. Yeah. And then another shape. Got it. Yep. Okay. We'll make... We'll make another... Let's duplicate this guy. Oops. This way. This way. This is totally different to what I need, but let's just... Kind of chunky arms. Really? Whoop. Whoop. Not going to complicate things too much until I know exactly what I'm doing. Duplicate that to there. I might re-rotate this down a little, like 45. Just give it a general squishy squish. General pose. Yeah. Oh! This might be needing a little something. What do you think? A little something something? Yes. Well, we're going to. Too late if you didn't. Play some music that I know I have the rights to play. Apparently that's very big on Twitch, is not getting done for it's very popular nowadays, not getting done for copyright. You know, as it always should have been. But anyway. How do I... One moment. Just ignore that. just play all? Oh, somebody help. Let me do these. There we are. That queues that up. I'm just gonna check. No. These are... How do I mixy matchy? Make it swirly swirl. Make it stirred up. Shuffle! Ah. I want to disshuffle. Why can't I have disshuffle? I'm sure I'm looking right up. Oh. I just have to hit it again. That'll do. Is that too loud? That feels too loud. It feels like that's too loud. That is incredibly loud. That's better. Sorry guys for shouting and making the loud musics. For anyone who's watching this back. I don't know if that's still too loud. I'm going to turn that down a little. Whoops. That'll do. Mini dance party before we start again. Okay. Enough of that. Alright. Getting serious. Okay. What was I doing? Oh yeah. I need reference pictures. What have I done? Potato, from the bottom. Bring it on. I mean, I guess these don't have to be exact, because I'm going to post them anyway, but, like, I just want a general... What do they call it? A-frame? A-pose. A-frame. That's like a ladder. That'll do as a stand-in for arms. I'll just shorten it. Squiddy squad. Scale on the zip. Oh no. Oh. Scale. Scale. Oh, local scale. Scale local Z. There we go. We'll do that for both. Scale local. I'm getting the hang. You thought I was like, oh no, she's gonna be all confuzzled and stuff, but I figured it out. I understand local and global differences when you're asking it to do something, especially rotating and scaling. Sometimes I use my brain. Sometimes. Just sometimes. So that's like a squiggly bit at the top. So I can just squivel that. Okay. I've been putting it off too long. I gotta do this next bit. Duplicate. Enhance. Whoa! Not too much though. Oh, this was not my intention. No, I think I'm doing this wrong. Yeah, I'm doing this wrong. How do we do this not wrong? How do we make hair out of this? Is it... Do I just squidge it around until it looks like hair? I'm sure there must be a proper way to do this. It's like, if I was making a wig, how would I wigify it? So this is bigger than that bit. I did it on purpose. What kind of other meshes can I make? You can, oops, go over here. Where's my Windows things? Come here. Fine. Let's think about this. Let's think about this for a second. If I was a piece, oh, excuse me. If I was a piece of hair, and I wanted it to be 3D piece of hair, how would I go about it? If I made it flat, it's not going to look right, because it's very 3D hair. What if I squish this? If I squish it from the bottom. Yeah. Something like... Oh. Oh, come here. Z. Okay. No. X. Yeah. Okay. Something... Did we just listen to that one? Oh, it's a different one. I should know. I guess I wasn't paying attention to the last one. They're very similar. Okay. I'm just gonna try, and if it's bad, I can always wipe it out and start again. I figure. Like, that's just a thing I can do, right? I don't know if we start with sculpting, but, like... Why not? like, we can do what we like. That is allowed, and in fact, nobody can stop me, so, yeah. Layer. What does layer do? Makes a layer, I guess. Oh, wait a minute. Is that what I want to do here? Is that what I want to do here? Do I just sculpt this one? Crease. Neat. Good to know. Smudgy. Perhaps this is the one. Make it big, make it strong. Grab. Oh, here we go. I understand. This is what I need to do. Okay, we undo that. And whatever the heck else happened there. I may not understand entirely, but I have an idea. It's more of a weird idea that might just... I'll give you a hat, and then you turn the hat into hair. Brilliant. Genius. Absolute genius. Huh? Cool. That, doesn't retain much of the original shape of the head, but it does retain some sort of semblance of how much circle, which is better than nothing. So I'm gonna go with that. And everything's good. Now there's... I guess I don't need to lock it. Like, I just don't want to accidentally click on it, but I guess once I'm editing something, I'm not accidentally touching anything else, so I guess lock layer is not really a thing. It might be. Unless I'm accidentally squishing other things, I think I can leave it where it is for now. Right, and then the next, sorry, not modeling yet, not sculpting yet. The next thing I want to do... And then I want to extend down the faces, number 3. Come on down. Oh, no. Yeah. I'm gonna grab down these edges. What determines vertical or non-vertical? What if I wanted to select it in a ring this way? Not an option. It is an option, but sometimes not an option. Is it the same click of the same one? The same... Interesting. Oh, if you select the vertex, maybe? That seems to be fairly consistent. I'll do that. Except for the front. Well, let's scale it. Oh, bad. No. Local scale. Nope. Also bad. Not good. It's just, extrude. Ah! 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 Angel! Oh, hello! Nice. So, you scared me and no, my hair jumped off my head. Oh. How's it going? What's happening? I don't know if this is going to be a good idea or a very, very bad idea. TM. But I guess I won't know till I find out. Oops. Reselect my things. Whoops. I'm not sure this is right. Maybe I need to extrude one sliver at a time. This way? Oh, no. Bad. Right. Yes. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Too many. Start again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Extrude scale. And this is kind of bad. It's kind of awful, actually. Okay, we do one at a time. We extrude scale a little bit this way. What am I doing wrong? Having dinner. Oh, that's pretty cool. I am trying to teach myself Blender once again. I did a little bit for a game jam a little while ago, and just trying to make some Palworld fan art as a exercise in something. And I am struggling on Struggle Street on the finer points of making something look like a thing you want it to look like. But I might be getting there. I might actually, oops, let go. I might actually be eventually stumbling upon more terrible ideas. Oh no, what have I done? I'm gonna get out of all of this. I've broken everything. What are you having for dinner, Angel? Extrude scale. I want the whole thing. Maybe then I shouldn't select. What if I want... Do I select vertices? Ugh. Maybe go back to faces. The faces understood me a little bit better. Extrude scale. Wait, what if we just scaled? Oh, hello. Starved for dopamine. That's an interesting username. I'm having chicken tendies, sliders, and fries. That sounds so good. Sliders. Are you making them yourself, or a little bit of sneaky, cheeky takeaway? No. We call it take out. That's what they call it. Lurking. Oh, lurkers. That's fine. Yeah, I think US is like, it's like 10 o'clock there or something? I don't know what time it is. No, sneaky takeaway. Nice. Making it yourself. That's pretty cool. I am just presuming, like, since it's in my time, it's middle of the day on Monday, or if people might be at work, so the people watching are probably US. What do I know? Not much. Okay, I think I know what I'm doing wrong. That's not to say I know what I'm doing wrong. I have a theory. It could be demons. Okay, so I think I had a duplicated line in the, like, on the bit over here that, like, you can kind of see, like, a doubling up of the, like, it just looks like someone's drawn it on really thickly, but I think that's because I've accidentally tried to extrude and backspaced it, but it's left the extrude, but not the scaling. I am from Australia, yes. have the most efficient 1.5 hours. Until your alarm goes off. Well, that's, yeah. Well, I hope you have enough sleep. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Angel. I like your username. I think it's funny. It's great. Yes, well, there's a real bustling of activity in here. This is great. This is awesome. Okay, so I think, yes, I figured out what was happening, and I do have to do these one at a time and just suck it up. And now, it's kind of almost looking like closer to the thing I was trying to do, which is great. Because, you know... And once I have a few of those, then maybe I've got now like a bit of a platform to... Let me scale that out. We now have some options to squidge this out this way. Oh, let go. We'll do a few more. The more segments you have up your sleeve, the better, I feel. I feel that is like a thing that I have learnt from my previous experience from the game jam, because you run out of segments and you're like, but I want more detail. I have to fit it back in the hard way. Get out of there. Cool. It's not quite exactly, but it's close enough. In fact, we could probably fix that. Let go. Okay, it's pretty close. It's a hat. A win is a win. Art is hard. It is. And I know people are like, yeah, of course. And it's like, but you don't understand how extremely... Like, okay, there are so many different ways art can be hard for people. There's like the physical using of the tool, which is the bit I'm finding hard at the moment, is I have it in my head. I know what I want it to do. How do I clickety-click? Make the thing do the thing. And that's the same with any tool. So it's not just like digital tool. It's like if you're using like a pencil or a brush, how do you make the brush stroke do the thing? The using of the tool is like a whole thing. And like the thing you train, do get good at. And then there's the artistic, like, oh, I know what I want it to look like, the creativity part of art. And then there's like, you know, thinking of the thing and going, oh, the thing. And then there's the eye for art. It's like, the thing I'm thinking of is actually, looks good and I can see. So there's the seeing and the doing and the producing and the creativity and, oh, sorry. That was a bit of a rant. It's hard. When you say art is hard, there are so many things to that. That being the case. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Okay. Alright, it's okay. We can fix this. We're gonna do this. So we've got a little bit on the top. We've got a little bit of leeway to work with. And we do... Come here. Oh! It's doing that thing again. Okay. We extrude. We don't scale. We just extrude. 1, 2, 3. They're a bit chunky, but they'll do. Yeah. I specifically, like, I watched a couple of VTubers, not a whole heap, just a few key ones here and there. Angel with the arm movements and that. And I noticed most people are just like, hey, I'm a thing. I'm really cute. Yee, look at my expressions. Which is great. And I think that's awesome. And I was like, surely, like, so before, like, Twitch and all that sort of thing, I played around with Miku Miku Dance, which is, and the Kinect, which is like Xbox 360 Connect, so a long time ago. And I hooked the Connect up to my computer, and the Connect is essentially just a fancy webcam, right? It's got infrared, but like, it's just a webcam, right? With infrared. And I managed to motion track, and this is like 10, 15 years ago, right? And I motion tracked general arm movements, leg movements, head movements, ankle movements to do like a dance thing for Mika Mika Dance. And that was ages ago, and so I picked like the whole, all of this nonsense that I'm using, and I was like, there must be a way. There must be a way to properly arm track and hand track, like specifically hand tracking, because like, with my fingers, nah, that's awesome. There is exactly one program that I found. It's called Webcam Motion Capture, which is crazy. Like, with all the algorithms we have now, it's the ability to be able to track individual pieces of like your face or your fingers. So I don't know, there must be other ones out there, but like this one I paid, I think I pay like $1 a year or $2 a year or something for it. It's so cheap. It's like nothing. And it does incredibly detailed finger tracking, but not so much. I think they've just recently introduced Perfect Sync, like, which is a good facial tracking stuff, but that was like literally 2 weeks ago. So with my setup, I've got 3 programs running. I've got my webcam capturing, doing my finger tracking and my basic body tracking. That's sending to VC Face, which does my actual avatar and lighting and nice things that I like about it. And VC Face is also receiving from my phone using Meow Face on Android and tracking my face and all of my shapes and sending those blend shapes to VC Face, which is then interpreting and sometimes doing expressions and stuff. Which is why I like using VC Face. I like the auto expressions, like detection expressions tracker that it has. Yes. So that's my setup. It's pretty, like, it's like a stack of cards, and I've got like stacked this one on top of there, and hopefully it doesn't fall over. So yeah, well, look, it took me hours to figure it all out. I was like, I gotta just get this, make this work. And then I put my model into Unity and exported it as a virtual model, the virtual reality model, like VRM or whatever they call it. And I found out afterwards it didn't have like any blend shapes or anything. And it didn't have Perfect Sync blend shapes, which is specifically for like doing all the intricate like facial movements and eyebrows. I don't know if you can see my eyebrows. Maybe not. I'll move my mouth around. Anyways, so I found this other program that would convert my model for me so I didn't have to make it from scratch. And yeah, whole bunch of things. Anyways, so at the end of the day, a lot of effort, but I feel like I got everything to do exactly what I want, but it took hours and hours to like be like, why doesn't this do the thing? I just want to do the thing. And eventually I got it to do the thing, so yeah. Oh, chunky. This is going to be very chunky. Yeah, thank you. Big brain play. Yeah, I don't know. When I think I want to do it, like I just decide I want to do a thing and I was like, I'm just going to figure it out. Surely it can't be that hard. 20 hours later. But like, seriously, like it's like, I just Google and YouTube and like look at all the resources until I just don't let it go until I've got what I want, pretty much. But now there's balls in my way. Or I get to a certain point where I'm like, yes, okay, this is definitely not going to work. I'm going to have to figure out something else. And I nearly reached that point with this one. It was like, I cannot get my blend shapes to send through to my program. And then I was like, why don't I just use a third app? And it was like, there we go. And then it worked. So yeah, that was a whole thing. I'm just trying to use the best pieces and put them together to make a cohesive stack of things that actually work. And I kind of just like pull bits and pieces from what people recommend, so I don't have an exact stack that someone's like, use this, and this. I just went, that'll bit will work for me, and that bit will work for me, and stuff like that. So yeah, but no, I'm quite I like to use my hands, talk with my hands. It's not perfect, like you can see it's janking around a little bit, but you know, it's, if I'm slow and careful, if I move my hand actually in front of the camera, it, hands, like I'm just doing, you know, the little finger wavy thing, and it's pretty much exactly what I'm doing in real life, like, okay, peace, you know, it's incredibly advanced for like a $2, well I say $2 piece of software, but like, it's a subscription, but like $2 a year. And I think they offer you a discount on whatever you've paid if you pay the full amount of like, it must be like $30 or something? I can't remember. Anyway, so like, I was like, oh, I'll try it out for a year and see. And then I'm like, I just love it, actually. Alright, I'm going to make this ball smaller. I'm going to make this ball smaller because I just can't, it's just in my way. But it's alright, I'll just rescale everything as I need to. So I'm gonna leave that there. How does it go? They're all from the same angle. I need different angles. Different angles for this. Oh, that's a sad picture. Oh, it's very sad. Very sad. Let's go. Like that? No. It's horrible. What have I done? Everything is awful. Everything is awful. I will figure out how to make. Yes, I'll figure out how to do that somehow. Okay. Let go of this. Put that over. Grab this. But not all of this. Grab some of this. Oh dear. It's the lumpy bit. That bit there. I want to extend the rest of it down. Good. We will see if this plan works or doesn't. Whoops. And you extend all the way down. Extrude. 1, 2, 3. Pretty much all the way down to the bottom of the face. That's pretty close. Can we guess who? Oh, let's throw his face the wrong way. Do we know who I'm making? It's not very obvious at all. Oh, why is it tilted? I know why it's tilted. I'm full. Is it tilted? Oh, because the whole thing is tilted. That all? I'm just tilted. Yeah, at this stage, just tilted. It's you. Is it? I don't know if I'm that good at clairvoyance that I could probably pull that off. Have the plan of who to make in advance and also not know who they are. But I'm trying to. Oh, let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. If I am at all a person who can create, I won't say artist, but let's just say person who is creating the art. If you can guess by the end of the stream who I was trying to make, maybe I will have been successful. The clue is it's a Palworld pal, so. Okay, rotate the patat. There we go. We're getting there. Like, there's hair, there's our face. Yeah, right? It's like, it's the close approximation of an art. I'll squidge it out too much, but it's pretty close. We will get there somehow. Oh, I need another flap. I need another hair flap. I feel like I need another hair flap that comes down. Comes down like from here. Hair flap. Oh, no, that was the wrong thing to do. Always make more segments. Somehow. Okay. Extrude. And grab. Oh. Okay. Undo. Extrude. Move. Oop. Oh, well, okay. That's okay. It's pretty fun as far as games go. People saying, oh, it's just Pokemon with guns. Well, actually, it's more like Ark with cute critters, but that's a story for another day. It's fun, it's cute, and I like it. That's pretty much all I have to say. So it would be very hard for you to guess who this actually is if you haven't played. Extrude. Oh my gosh. Grab. Nope. Extrude. Grab. Extrude. Where did you go? Where did it go? Extrude. Grab. Okay. Well, we have somewhat of a semblance of something. There we go. That is horrifying. Oh no. Things have gone horribly wrong. I mean, it is hair. It is meant to be a bit something. I have no clue what I'm doing. Let's grab that and squidge it over. Hey, there we go. Hair. It was easier to say it looked like me. Yeah. Well, I guess, it's just generically, it's a face with hair at the moment, so we'll see. See how it goes. Oh, man. What's another one hiding in there? Sneaky. Oh, man. It's close enough. I don't like. Come on. Come on! Do the round thing. Yeah. Is it just because it's like going around? Okay. Extrude. Got it. Oh, I did the thing again. I did the exact thing I do every single time. There we go. Extrude and grab. Why are we going crooked? I'm sure there's a technique to this that I'm not getting, but you know, that's not what's important right now. Well, it's kind of like does a little interacts with its environment. Hair? No, that's not a thing. Why is that a thing? There we go. I want a little casual kind of... Look, we're gonna, like, smooth it out. We're gonna make it squishy. We're gonna make it look fluffy and nice. I just need the basic and not to get too caught up in the heck that I'm doing. I just need to make it serviceable to get the hair squidges in. And then I can worry about all of the rest of whatever else. So, that being said, do we select vertices next? No, that's not what I want to do. I want to chop it. I want to give her a haircut, just slightly. Oh no, what is this? What dark secrets have been revealed? That looks like duplicate lines. That is absolutely what that is. Where's that magic control, eh? Something, eh? Something like... Just A. That's the one. Then... there's a thing... That was not what I wanted to do. There's something like merge by distance. 110 vertices. Was that any of the vertices? Were those the naughty ones from over here? Let's have a look. Yes. Naughty vertices have been deleted. Oh dear. So I started learning this, let's see, there was like a game jam on a few weeks ago in January. It started on the 12th? Does that sound right? No. Hang on. Started on the 9th. When did it start? It started like mid-January, and probably the week before that, I just opened the software and went, oh, I'll do a couple of tutorials. I did the tutorial donut that everybody does in Blender. And I basically did a bit of, how do I actually use the software bit? And then I spent 2 weeks, well, I say 2 weeks, 2 weekends, because I work full time, doing something else entirely, not art. So basically a couple of hours an evening and the weekend working on the game jam, doing the art assets for that. So probably a couple of weeks of intensive stuff there, more or less. I say intensive, but like after work and weekend hours. Although I did take one weekend off to play Palworld, so whoops. And I guess I've kind of had a couple of weeks break and getting back into it now. So an overall of about a month or so I've been learning it for, give or take. Yeah, well, okay. They made a very bad decision to release Palworld in the middle of a game jam, a 2-week game jam, I feel. I feel like this is their fault, for releasing Palworld on the wrong day. So I may have spent one of those two and a half weekends playing Palworld. It can be overwhelming. I did have to watch a few tutorials. In that week before the game jam, I was, devouring, just, eating up all the tutorials and the information. I say tutorials, it was more like I followed the donut tutorial and just had a bit of a play around with the software whilst also following the tutorial and just I wonder what this does. Oops, deleted everything. Alright, don't do that again. just like clicking around and figuring it out, Blender apparently has been traditionally very difficult UI-wise to use, but from what I hear, Blender 4.0, which is the one I'm using, or the one I'm learning, has been significantly improved in that aspect. That's not to say it's perfect by any stretch, but like apparently it's a lot better than it used to be, so I'm very grateful for that. But also, I understand generally digital programs can be quite daunting. I guess I have a bit of an advantage because I have previously, previously in my life been a 2D digital person, if that makes any sense. Like, I'm more familiar with things like first Photoshop and then Illustrator. Like, not that I did it necessarily as a job anywhere, but like it's always been a hobby doing like, just drawing things with vectorized, like understanding how digital tools work generally probably gives me an advantage here in this, even though I've only been using this tool for about a month. I have experience in 2D software. Now 3D is big brain jump to go from one to the other. Like, it's very much not the same thing. Yeah. My brain learns more by the minute. Yeah. There's translatable skills there. Like, there's I understand what a dot means. A dot means it's a singular point from which you can move this around. Now, this looks exactly what I'm used to in Illustrator, having all these dots here, although I'd have curves and things that I could make do, which is kind of different here. But I understand the context of the dots connect the lines, which I guess is really standard, but like I just now had to translate that information into a three-dimensional space, which is the rub, right? You'll notice me going, that looks great from this two-dimensional perspective, and then I turn it around and I'm like, what have I done? So like a more like seasoned 3D artist would probably not be making these rookie errors that I'm making, but I guess for the purposes of just being familiar with the tool and just really wanting to just give it a go, I am endeavoring to just like try and then, don't get too caught up in, well, what's actually the right way to do this, and you should really be using this tool to like do that thing, but like also I don't really care that much, and I'm just gonna do what I want to do, and then we'll all be fine. So yeah. And just moving these dots around so that they are, again, what have I done? I'm sure I can fix this. We move that there, make that overlap, and we pull back the curtain, and it's like nothing ever happened. Nothing ever happened. No more, no more. Yeah. Nice. Oh, no, absolutely. Thank you for, like, being in my stream and talking to me, because normally just talking to myself. I haven't streamed, again, sort of new to streaming generally as well, so just like feeling like I'm not talking to myself is excellent. So thank you for all your questions. I do appreciate it as a very, very new streamer person who's just still getting the hang of feeling like they're talking to themselves. So I'm glad when there's actually people in my chat to like actually say hello to. So thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. It's nice. Thank you. Yes. No. Like I said, it's not, I need to get this thing done and you're distracting me and that. It's more that I just needed a reason or excuse or a purpose to open the program again, so the skills that I learnt, last month don't like get rusty and I go, oh my gosh, they already almost were. It's like, I don't want to it's such a cool thing to be able to do. I kind of definitely want to do more of it. So yeah, this is a good reason just to like try, Now let's see what separate by selection does. What happened? Yeah, that's a mood. What did I do? Is it separate? What did we separate exactly? Oh no. Oh no, what did we do? What in fact was separate here? No. Okay, let's back out of all of this. I don't know what I did. Yeah, if you don't use your... That's right, Angel. If you don't use your skills, they just evaporate. I mean, the way your brain works, from what I've been told, our theories may be different now, but back in the old days, as I understood it, the way our brains work is that they are neural pathways, electrical signals that get sent throughout your brain. And the ones that get used the most are the ones that stay. Like, if you don't use your brain pathways, it disappears. Yeah, retraining's a real thing. Like, it's like, oh, we teach you this when you start, and then if you never have the opportunity to exercise them, it's like brain muscles are a real thing. Like, there's, you know, muscle memory, there's connected memory, it's kind of the same thing, but like, there's also like the act of doing something, even if you don't need to do it, like just the act of doing it, just so you remember, you know, how to do it, is like a real thing. And if you don't get to exercise that muscle, it just atrophies. Brain muscles, man. It's a thing. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to... I need to give her globs at the bottom. Like little hair globs. So what I might do, very controversially, perhaps, is to, do I just need to bring, do I need to just bring this all back again? Or do I just try and split it? Okay, can I loop? I can loop cut where I want to go, and then delete the section that I don't want. Where do I want this loop cut? Maybe here? That seems reasonable. I know. I don't actually know. The thing is, the real rub here is that it may in fact not even be controversial, or it may be controversial, but I don't actually know, because I don't know the rules. Can't break the rules if you don't know what they are. Which is exactly what they say. It's like you need to learn the rules before you can break them when you're learning something, but also you can definitely learn to break the rules if you don't know what they are. As in, like, safely break the rules, I guess the point is there. And that's like for other, like, learning things. I can't think of any right now, but I'm sure you know what I mean. Delete the faces. Look at that. We got some hair separation. So yeah, go ahead and break rules, even if you don't know them, what they are. Or something. But, like, not criminal stuff. That's bad. That's not good. Faces. Now, is this a real thing or is this terrible? Yeah, right? I think this is fine. Now, the other thing I need to do... Oh, I have a shortcut. It's a shortcut. I made it myself. Because there is no built-in shortcut for this. It's show normals. We are blue. We are blue and red. But we do not want to see no red right at the second. So I'm going to do a thing that makes it not look like it is red. So we select these edges. Well, just these ones. And we give it a face. And then we do the next one. And then we do the same thing. And we keep doing that till we have all our faces filled in. I know! It's like, oh, blue! It's... Okay, so I'll... If you're not familiar with the software, of 3D software. Basically, a normal is just another fancy word for the outside of an object, or the normal side of an object. Don't quote me on this, I'm not a 3D artist. From what I understand, blue is the outside, and red is the inside. So if you view the normals, you tell it, hey program, show me the insides, what you think the insides and outsides are. And if it's got some of your insides on the outside, some of your outsides on the inside, that is, that's a not good situation that you want to have. And then what you do is you fix, well at the moment, the reason you can see my insides is because I actually have missing faces, so that's kind of like, if you have a cardboard box, you've got one of the sides open, and you want to close it up, so it's a complete box. You don't want to see the inside of that cardboard box, essentially. So like it's like in almost invisibly thin wall here, and I want to fill this bit up, and I put F, and then that hides it all behind the bit. Now the fact that I have circle, yeah. The blue bit that's behind there should be that sphere, so we should be all good on that front. If my calculations are correct. The thing that I've discovered that is the most common thing with 3D programs is like, you're going along, and it looks fine, and it's all good and dandy, and then about 3 hours later, you're just touching up things, and you go, that's weird, I'll just fix that little bit up. And you click on it, and you go, what on earth occurred here 3 hours ago? That it is a mess of vertices and lines and faces, and you have to spend another hour cleaning up whatever mistake that you didn't know from back before you were 3 hours younger. The mistakes and trials that you learned. And that happens to me a lot. I guess. I don't know. Well, I have a bit of practice at, like, explaining complex things to people. I say complex, like, this is quite complex, but, like, also I don't understand it all that well. My actual job, my day job, let's call it my day job. My day job is actually IT. So I tend to, and specifically a lot of customer service. So I tend to be able to be like, okay, here's what you did. Let's work through this together. No worries, we'll get it working. Don't worry about it. You know, like, that's my customer voice. And I can fairly easily step into a guiding kind of explaining role. Yeah, I love IT. Look, honestly, like, I kind of, when I went to university, here, many years ago now, I was really torn between an IT degree and an arts degree, if I'm being really honest. And I really loved, like, I play piano, I really love making music, but the reason music wasn't really a contender for me is because I just, rightly or wrongly, had it in my head that music was such a... people assume you're in IT? Why is that? Anyways, you can let me know in a second. But, yeah, so I didn't really want to do music because my impression of people in music was, like, really super competitive and super snobby and super strict, like classical trained and all the rest of it. Like, my experience of formalized music learning was that of exams and frowny faces and serious piano TM and stuff like that. And I was like, I love playing piano. I love making music. I love playing music. Like, I play piano accordion as well, you know, back many years ago now. And, you know, all of this stuff, and I just love doing it. I was like, I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to ruin music for myself by doing it formally. So, and maybe my life would have taken a different direction if I had. So my main choices were like IT because I at school played around with Photoshop, and I was like, I really like making this stuff. Like, I really enjoy. I tried my hand at drawing. I'm not the best at drawing, but I'm okay. Like, I can do a little bit. Like, as much as, you know, 14 or a 15-year-old deciding what their future career is going to be, you know. You know, as you go through and choose your subjects and choose what you want to do, and then eventually, you know, 16, 17, you're, like, looking at uni. And it's like, well, do I want to do the thing? Like, what could I do with the thing? And I think, well, I could do graphic design, I could do web design. And I'd already done, like, some tech web kind of learning subjects. So it's like, okay, I'll do graphic design for uni. But I very nearly did IT, programming and things, which I didn't end up doing. But, and now I'm just fully in IT, even though I didn't go to uni for it. So there you go. A cable tech. Oh, so, cable tech, that's basically like, I don't know, terminologies might be different here. Is that like a network technician? Or like more of a installing around a cable, troubleshooting internet? Oh yeah, so a network, a general, network technician. Oh man, props to you. Cable techs, I don't do that. Like, that's not part of what I do, thankfully, touch wood. Because... yeah, customers ask you. Yeah, because you've got... people don't seem to understand... like, I'm a bit of a unicorn in that I know a little bit of everything when it comes to IT, because that's how I started. It would be physically demanding. You have to crawl under buildings a lot, get inside of wall cavities, and up in roofs and all the rest of that. Yeah, no, I am very glad I don't do that side of things. I applaud you. Running your Cat 5s and chroming them in and using your tool, and I have one of those, but I'm not very good at, like, I can do it, but I don't like doing the things. I'd rather, like, get a real person who knows what they're doing to do it. I can try. I'm not very good at it, but yeah, I definitely don't want to be crawling around on a roof, and so I applaud you for doing that. Yeah, I get it. I understand. I've seen other people do that job. It's not... okay, to be fair, I did a little bit of that when I worked at a computer shop maybe 15 years ago. Like, I didn't have to crawl under the building, but, like, you know, we were working in a team of 2, and they'd feed the cable up to me, and I'd plug it in at the socket at the other end. Socket, you know what I mean. The Ethernet plate at the other end, but I didn't have to crawl around under the building. But I'd only did that for a little bit, like, in my gap year. So I didn't end up doing that for too long. But yeah, I managed to get a taste of bits of different things. But I wouldn't call myself a network technician by any stretch of the imagination, nor sysadmin, nor... I guess my area of expertise is probably customer support, which is like, what kind of IT area is that? But like, I came from an era where you just learned a bit of everything, and then you just learned everything else along the way, whereas I feel like nowadays it's hyper-specialized. Not hyper-specialized, but for good reason. Like, there are so many... everything is so complex now that you kind of have to specialize in things to even, like, properly be in all of it, if that kind of makes sense. Like, if you want to be in you know, network administration, for example, or system administration, you specialize in that, and you kind of have to just be in that to do it really, really well. You can't just be a jack of all trades. I feel nowadays it's rather more difficult to do that, or it's rarer, or whatever it is. It's just different. I feel I'm able to get away with it because my particular job title, like technology, was it senior technology officer, which is like, oh, what does that even entail? It's pretty much everything, but we're in a fairly small business where I can just know a little bit about everything, and if I don't know enough about a thing, we can outsource to a specialist. Specialization, that's what I was trying to think of. Now, let's see what happens when I go to solve faces. Oh yes! Oops. Did the wrong shortcut, but I feel like this did exactly what I wanted to do. I've reintegrated those faces back into each other so that they become a single face again so I can manipulate that as a face. Cool. That's what I want to do. Anyways, sorry, I'm rambling now. And yeah, it's very much a case of I guess maybe this is the same for other professions too, but I feel like IT most of all has undergone, like I say, 15, even 20, I say 15 years ago, it's probably more like 20 years ago now. It's that you've got the depth and the breadth has both expanded. You could have a breadth that is a wide variety of knowledge, and like a fairly decent depth of those areas of knowledge when it came to IT. But both the breadth and the depth of things have expanded so much, like, it's so, like, network, you know, security systems, like, that's a whole career, you know, I mean, it was before as well, but, you know, like, there's so much more to each of those things, and there are so many different areas and sub-areas and sub-areas of sub-areas to those things that, it makes a lot of sense that, I'm going to remove this circle, just for a moment, because I'm going to, I'm still working in blue mode. I probably don't have to do that. Whoa! Oh, the grey is back. Maybe it was easy to work in blue mode. Maybe it's calming. Do we like blue? Do we like grey? I should probably work in grey mode so that I can actually see the shadows and whatnot. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm going to get rid of that circle just for a moment so I can, like, look on the inside. Okay, I kind of got the idea of the shape of what I've got, so I think that'll be right. Yeah, anyway, so, like, yeah, I feel like that's what's happened in IT, and, yeah, the cable technician, the network technician, doesn't necessarily know why your word keeps crashing. I guess was the moral of that story. And I get it. It's annoying. And if somebody was asking me, I'm trying to think of something that's, like, way outside of what I would do, but, like, so I'm more of a customer support, like, business to business support. And there isn't much that I won't at least attempt. But, like, I'm trying to think of something now. Because I've built websites, I've done logos, I've done, like, I guess if somebody asked me about Linux, I'd probably be like, oh, I'm sorry, that's not what we support, that's outside of scope. That's a good one to have, like, outside of scope. But there really isn't a lot of that I wouldn't at least give a red hot go to try and fix. If it was for, you know, for a business that we supported. Yeah. But I totally understand if, like, oh, this is my job, and also, like, even if it wasn't not my job, it's not your, like, if you do something not right and it breaks something worse, then you're like, oh no, I gave him advice when I didn't really know what I was talking about, which I'm terrified of. But if you know what you're talking about, then you can, you know, say, oh, you should try this. But yeah, no, I'm just going on and on again now. Yeah, but if there are any tenets of, like, the holy laws of tech support, and most people know them. I watch the IT Crowd, which is very funny, and they do use one of them quite a lot. Is turn it off and on again. But there are some, like, exceptions to that rule, actually, that people don't consider unless they're actually daily face-to-face with issues that people are working with. One thing is let's say somebody's working on Word doc, and it's very silly, they didn't save their Word doc, and they've been working on it a long while, and it's frozen, or something's happened, and their work is sitting, like, right there, but they need to do a thing. You need to find a way to retrieve, first and foremost, my thing is, like, what the heck is that? What is this thing? What is this? Oh, that I must have been when filling in a face, because I spy a little faceless face over here now. Holy cow. See, this is what I mean. 3 hours later, not even 3 hours later, well, like 30 minutes later, you're like, what? What occurred here? What has occurred? What battle took place that this is the aftermath of? Anyways, it's a walkway. Walkway inside my head. Yes, not great. Okay. Let's get back to where we were. Yeah, so my first sentence is do no harm. When I'm, like, fixing things, like, the last thing... And I try to be good, like, TM, good tech support person, not TM, bad tech support person. Like, there are those out there, and I don't want to be that person. I want to be a person who actually is more helpful than less helpful, and is not frustrating to deal with. So that's, like, a whole personality skills kind of thing. So I'd be like, okay, what's happening and what were you doing? You know, all the normal questions. But then you go, you know, is this work? How long you've been working on this? You know, like, is this... If the easiest thing is just to, we can restart it, it's like, how much time would you lose if we lost this? And it'd be like, okay, so that determines a quick triage for me, how much effort we should put into retrieving it or not retrieving it, right? So if they'd been like, I only spent 5 minutes typing this up, let's reboot it, because it wouldn't be worth using 10 minutes of our time to write, or 15 minutes of our time trying to retrieve a document that only took 2 minutes to start, and where it would take 1 minute to reboot. So cost benefit analysis of what strategy to employ to fix something. That's why you ask all these extra questions. Usually I'm talking on the phone with the people while I'm remoted in, so it's a lot easier for me to actually, like, hey, it's me, your person that you know, let's talk this through and figure out the best solution, not just a solution. Because if you just hand them, and I guess that's not the way a lot of tech support works, but like in a smaller company where, you know, it's kind of like me and they know me, we have that luxury of like, okay, let's work through this and figure it out. Instead of just like hand down script of, I know other people like, have you tried clearing your cache for the 10th time? Yes, I have. You know, stuff like that. So yeah, so that's how that normally goes. So I'll be like, oh, yeah, the thing, and it's like, oh, I've been working for this for like hours, I really need it. And like, okay, let's find a solution that either A, can retrieve your work before we fix the problem, or fix the problem without having to do the reboot. So sometimes just turning off the whole computer for whatever reason is not actually the first best solution. It is a solution, but it's not always the best one. And this is me after saying that it's like always the first thing to try. But like sometimes it's not the right thing to do. And knowing when to suggest that is like the key. This is looking pretty good over here. As in it's back to my chunky bit and also have a split bit, which is exactly what I wanted it to be, which is great. Yeah, so it's like IT and stuff. Actually, I should have checked when there was actually real people in the chat. How is the volume for the music? Or if you go, what music? Oh no, I put it too low. Is it too loud? Is it too quiet? Is it not at all? I didn't want it too overpowering, but it sounds fine to me, but also I lowered it in the stream, so I don't know if it's like too quiet. Oh, you're gonna say what music, lol? Okay, is this a troll? Or because if I turn it up, you're the ones that are gonna suffer. I'll turn it up a bit. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, no, okay. I'll leave it where it is. If you don't want to hear my music, that's fine. I totally get wanting to play your own music while listening to ramblers. Oh, you want to hear it? Do you want to hear my music? I don't think you want to hear my music. Yeah, it's been playing, I just have it like, okay, can you, I've turned that all the way up. Is that too loud? Can you hear that? Is that too loud? I'll turn it down a bit. You're gonna have to give me some guidance because I have no clue. Or is it not coming through at all? That is also an option. Is that good? Is that too loud? Is it too soft? Or is it just right? Is it Goldilocks? Are we in the Goldilocks zone? Just right. Perfect. Okay, we'll leave it there then. Oh dear. Newbie streamer over here. So this is all Twitch safe for me because this is all music I've made on my digital... It's been a long time since I've made digital music actually, if I'm being honest. To be fair, I practice my music skill every day by like playing piano and all the rest of that, but I haven't made digital music for a while, and I don't really have one program that I love using that I know a lot, so that's another muscle that I've neglected to stretch for a little while. But yeah, I figure the easiest way is to play music that I made, because then I give myself permission to play it on stream. It's a really quick legal turnaround for like, do you? Yes, do you? Yes, okay, done. Oh, many talents. Oh, look. Like I said at the start, I just like choose and decide to try and do a thing, and then I just try and do it. I did grow up in a very musical household though, so like my music, I get a bit of a class advantage on that one, because my mum sings and plays guitar, and my grandmother played organ, and that's why I wanted to learn to play organ. Like, my musical journeys are much longer than my artistic one, if I'm being honest. But yeah, my oh, is that all fixed? I fixed it already on that side. Look at that. Beautiful. That's what I want. Alright. I'll do one more split on this side, and I think then I'm ready to, like, squishify the hair. We'll see. Definitely. Like, so guitar, I mean, I'm a little soft-fingered pianist, so mad props if you start learning guitar again, because I tried guitar a couple of times. I really did try. I really tried. It hurts my little fingies. Yeah! Why not? Ah, this is awesome. Yeah, get out of the garage. Plunk it down, give it a tune-up, a little ding-ding-ding-ding-ding. Just be careful if it's been sitting around in a while, the strings. Not the fingies. I'm not... Look, my mum played guitar for a bit, but my sister really was the one who picked up my older sister, really picked it up playing guitar. And she taught, because she even teaches guitar to a few people, you have to build up your calluses. And I don't want calluses on my fingers. So, for those guitarists who really properly play, you gotta get your calluses, and then you can play really well, but like, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't suffer long enough to build the calluses on my fingers. And I also figured, like, obviously the people who play piano and guitar both, like, that is absolutely something that exists. But I don't think, it's just not for me. But I would love to learn how to play guitar. Well, I can play guitar a little bit, but I can't play it for very long because my poor fingers. But yeah, if you get it out, make sure you are careful with those strings, because they probably, you don't want them to snap in your face. That would be not cool. What shortcut is... Whoops. One of these shortcuts is the one I want, but that's okay. Yeah, so, yeah, my grandma played organ, so I learned organ. My sisters started learning organ, but I was the only one who kind of stuck with it. So I played organ, that is electric organ, for a long time. And then our organ teacher, like, left town, and there was no other organ teachers, so I had to go and find a piano teacher to continue teaching me keys. And I had to learn piano after learning organ, which sounds like... That sounds like exactly the same instrument. It's not. It's not the same instrument. It does have keys, and in the fundamentals of where the keys are and that you put your fingers on them is the same. I had to learn how to do resistance on keys, because an organ has no resistance on the keys. An electric organ, it's more like a keyboard. So if you've played a keyboard, they're just like plastic keys. They don't have any resistance. At least the cheap ones don't. An organ, much the same way. Like, you have a bit of resistance, but, like, it's not a variable. It's you either pressing the key or you... Yeah, so really interesting. I should work well. I'm talking... I'm doing the talking with my hands thing instead of doing the art with my hands thing with my mouth, and my hands follow my mouth. And my brain follows those. So let's do our split. Let's do the same thing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's do the split here. Do the loop. A loop. Do a loop cut again here. Oh, that's too many. That's about perfect. Yeah, so... Oh, my brain fell off. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so the difference between an organ... an organ, the aspects of an organ that makes it different to other keyed instruments is that you have no resistance on the keys like you do a piano. Piano, you press it, it's heavy, and the variances of how hard you press it is how loud you play. Instead, on an organ, your right foot controls a pedal that you squidge up and down, like a volume control, so kind of like a rock thing that rocks back and forth, so you go down for more volume, back for less volume. And that sort of thing. And that's your right foot. Right foot controls volume. Your right hand, there's two sets of keyboards, so your right hand is higher up and your left hand is further down. And your right hand plays the melody, your left hand plays chords, or whatever the heck you want. So you have two sets of keyboards. Hang on, why are my hands not in the shot? So two sets of keyboards that are sitting separately, right hand and left hand. So it's not just one flat, like you're on your piano, you've got one up here, one down here, and there's two sets of them, two sets of keyboards, so you're playing 1, 2. Not too much different, because when you're on a keyboard, you just put them together and you just level them out. So that part's not too different. And then your left foot on an organ plays your bass note. So you actually have a full octave, a full set of keys that you play with your left foot. So if you're playing... I don't know how much music you know, but like if it's the chord of C, let's say for example, and you're playing C up here, you play C with your foot as well. And if you change to a chord of G, you play G with your foot, with your left foot, and it's like a droning bass note because it's an organ. And then you play whatever you're playing with your hands up here. So you have essentially 4 limbs going at the same time if you're doing your volume as well, so louds and softs with your volume, with your foot, with your right foot, left hand, shake it all about. Yeah, that's playing an organ. And you'd think, well, that sounds like the piano would be less complicated, less things to think about. Yes. Yes and no. Whilst you didn't have to worry about your left foot anymore, it just chill out and have a vacation. Like your left foot no longer has to be a third arm. This is technically correct. But the problem is that your fingers get more of a workout, and you have to press down hard to actually get a sound to come out. So it's almost like you're learning as a nub all over again from scratch. Nearly, not quite, but like it's very much a different. It's a different experience for sure. Learning from piano to organ to piano. Sorry. What have I done? Oh, I've deleted. I know what I've done. I've deleted the bit of the thing I didn't want to delete. Faces. There we go. That's better. Yeah. Anyway, so that's like random side tangent on the difference between an organ and a piano. Oh, at the same time I was learning organ, my organ teacher also played piano accordion. So when I was like... So it started when I was like in grade 2. And probably a couple of years after that, so I'd probably say grade 4 or 5, I started learning, so what does that make me, 9? Started learning piano accordion from my same teacher, just because she was like, hey, I have this, and I was like, oh, my mum and dad had like I don't say a toy, but like a souvenir piano accordion from somewhere from the before times, before they had children and travelled. They brought home as a souvenir this little piano, like 8-button piano accordion, and like I was kind of interested, like I'd play around with it because it was just like around, it was like something to play with, but didn't really know how to play it. But I knew how to, like having had a few, a couple of years worth of lessons on on organ, I was like, well, these are keys. And I figured out how these buttons work. You know, like I just played around with it and I was like, oh, that sounds like that noise. So that must be a chord of some description. So I was like, hey, can I, like the teacher learned new piano accordion. It's like, can I learn this as well? So my lessons would be split in two, half organ, half piano accordion. So I learnt piano accordion from that teacher as well. And does that look right? Let's have a look. Is that split? That's a split there. We need to do... I kind of want to make it kind of symmetrical, so I'll do another... I'll do one more, and then that'll be a split, and then we'll start filling our face on this other side here. Sweet. I think that's good. Yep. So we'll start filling in... our side bits here, so it's right. Yeah, so I was like, oh yeah, I want to learn to do piano accordion as like a smallish child. And so my parents were like, oh yeah, well, no, like, you're already going to lessons, so it's not like any extra. It's just splitting the lesson in two. So, and I'd already, like, you know, I was getting pretty alright at the organ and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, we'll do this. So it sounds good. And yeah, so well, that's what I did last time. I selected the wrong thing, and it was bridgeway through my head. Nope. Did it again. There we are. So yeah, so did that, learnt that, very fun, very cool. I appreciated knowing a musical instrument that I had, and then eventually I upgraded from that little baby accordion to a proper one with 120 buttons, like proper size, full sized. So like me as, let's say, when did I start? Like, so a few years later. So me as a 12-year-old, still like not a super grown human yet, carrying around this enormous full-size piano accordion. But I very, very much appreciated that I knew a musical instrument that was in fact portable. Like, you can't just carry around an organ or a piano. Like, you have to know that the instrument is there for you to play, to go and play. Like, guitar, excellent example. You can just pick it up, take it with you, and play, and whatever, and bring it to your party, and be cool, and whatever. Some of my friends play guitar. But, like, yeah, no. Piano, you can't do that with. You kind of just have to know there's a piano there. Right? So, that's the thing. But piano accordion, technically, it's still quite heavy. And at this stage, I'd wager that it is probably almost heavier than a standard keyboard. But at the time, it was like, oh, it's portable. I can do the thing. Do I have a face there? Let me just check normals. Whoa! Yeah! No red. We're good. Blue. That looks good. Let's start repairing. And again, there's probably an easy way to do this, but because this is working, I'm going to keep doing it. Yeah, so, learnt piano accordion, and that was kind of good. As, like, expanded my skill set of things that I know how to do. So I really enjoyed doing that. I probably don't play piano accordion nearly as frequently as I used to when I was younger, but I definitely still play it at least a few times a year for performances and things. I say performances. I'm in a local community volunteer choir as the pianist. And from time to time, so we have a keyboard. It's not actually all, like, it's probably as heavy as the accordion. And the accordion is actually quite heavy, but anyways. As portable as one can make it. So I normally take the keyboard around, but there's a couple of songs that I learnt specifically on accordion that sound really nice on accordion that the choir can sing to. A handful of them. Like Amazing Grace sounds really good at it. We do that for Anzac Day. Kind of like your Memorial Day, I think in the US, or something like that. Yeah, oh, well, very kind of me. My mum actually runs the choir, so I also wanted to volunteer. It's not like my mum asked me and I just said yes, like I would have anyway. But in our small town, there's like no other choirs. Nobody else was doing a choir. We'd been in other choirs that other people had run over the years that have kind of, you know, flared up and fizzled out and that sort of thing. So I really definitely wanted to be a part of being a part of having a choir and perpetuating it, because otherwise there is none. There's just no, like there's nothing, no community choir otherwise. Like, you've got maybe individual people who kind of play guitar for pubs and things like that, but otherwise there isn't anything. And singing as a group is actually really good for you. It's a really good, it's good for your mental health. It's good for your physical health, like singing and singing out loud, because also mental health and then all the rest of it. But it's really good for, like, you know, breath and lung control. So it's good for your physical health, you know, for your socializing, for people, like, especially older people who might not get out very much, or people who just like to sing, but like they don't feel like they can sing, but if they sing in a group, then that gives them permission to sing, gives them a reason to sing. The thing about wanting to do things is, sometimes people need permission or an excuse. Yeah, exactly. Like, I think a lot more people would enjoy singing if they knew they were allowed to. And it's like, oh, I've been forbidden. It's not forbidden. It's more like you don't allow yourself to try because you think you won't be any good anyway. So why bother? And you also, and that makes sense, because, like, I don't want to try, and then this sucks, and then I just feel bad about it, and then that's just terrible. The great thing about group singing is you can still hear yourself a bit, and you can still practice on your own and trying to get good at it. But when you sing as a group, you're just one voice feeding into, hopefully, a few other voices. Sometimes we get down to, like, not that many people, because commitment is hard, like, and we get that. But at the end of the day, we usually have a quorum of people, enough people that we can, you know, have a group of people with, and people feel free enough that they're not the focus of attention, and they can just enjoy singing. And we're not a professional choir, we're a volunteer choir. Like, we take a very small, I think it's like $30 a year, membership fee, simply just to cover pretty much insurance and the license fee to be able to sing the songs that we sing. So there's a very, very generous music licensing license that allows us to use pretty much all songs, published songs in Australia, published songs, to sing them in Australia. That's any songs, not just songs published in Australia, to sing them, to perform them, and to practice them as a community choir, because it is a technically non-profit, whatever you call it. We're not a non-profit, it's a community thing to allow people to just do something fun, and actually you're just not making money off of it, you're just doing it for fun, kind of thing. So there is a license fee associated with that, but it's a lot cheaper than, like, paying the rights to use a particular song for, like, commercial use and stuff like that. So it ends up being, you know, an amount of money per year, and that's basically our membership fee, just covers that, plus any other incidentals we might need, like music books, photocopying, and things like that. So basically, the end of that story, not a professional choir, just a volunteer one, and that takes the pressure off a lot for some people, I feel. And they're just like, oh yeah, I can just come and be, you know, enjoy myself and enjoy and participate in this hobby. Oh no, why are you crying? Don't be crying. Please don't be crying. Why are you crying? That's not... You'll make me cry. Why are you crying? Anyways, I was saying, yeah, people can just, like, do the thing they want to do. And if it's, like, they just don't enjoy it, they can have tried it and know, I don't feel that feel-good, fuzzy feeling that other people seem to get when they, like, just sing. So, you know, that's fine. It's a safe environment to try that out in. But, like, otherwise, it's, hey, I really enjoyed this. Or maybe you enjoy the social aspect. Or maybe you enjoy hearing all of the other voices. And you know, you only sing quietly. But, like, you know, there's all the reasons why group singing is such a really good thing. Which is why, like I said, yes. It's like, my mum was like, let's start up this choir. I was like, yeah, that sounds good. Because there'd been a few years since I'd last been in a choir, since the last one dissolved that I was in, that just, for all the different reasons, people had babies and there wasn't enough members, and, you know, just things dissolve and that sort of thing. So I was like, yeah, I want to be part of this new choir, and I have the skills to actually be a core, you know, tent pole to like, you know, you need a musician who can actually play the things and play the exercises so that you can, you know, practice and all the rest of that and record backing tracks and things like that. So I very readily volunteered my skills to be able to do that. So yeah, that's like... Oh, thank you. I do try. Like I said, how this whole cover, it's very much Irish story. I say Irish stories. A story that windy windies and ends up in a place you didn't know it was going to go. And then you forgot the main part of the story and you circle back and then... I mean, I might talk about each individual thing, like, in detail, but also sometimes forget what the main point of my thing I was talking about is. So, I guess that's just communication. I guess that's just storytelling sometimes. Sometimes you don't end up where you thought you were gonna be. Yeah. Anyways, so, that's looking good, I think. We just need to squidge in our other side. And then, the exciting bit, sculpting. We'll see if sculpting will, like, totally ruin it, or, like, just bring it together. It's gonna do one or two things. It's either gonna be horrible, or amazing. There's gonna be no in between. Do we check the bottom? I don't think we check the bottom. I will check the bottom later. If I do this, then it'll be fine. Yeah. Anyways. So yeah, like, group singing is good. Learning a musical instrument for yourself is good. And learning it, especially learning it for yourself and for literally nobody else, like, is a good way to start. And, like, external motivation can help. If you say, oh yeah, I'm gonna learn this thing for this thing and do a thing. External motivation definitely helps as well. But, like, don't give yourself too much pressure of, like, I have to be able to play this song by this time and things like that. Like, for example, right here, if I don't get this finished in time for the submission, I'll be like, oh, that's fine. I still learnt a thing. Like, you try your very best, but if you don't get there, like, that's cool. You learnt enough just by giving it a go, I feel. So even if you don't get it right away, you just do it. Like, I know that's something, just do it! It's the meme, but, like, it's actually a very solid piece of advice. It's just, give it a go. You don't know until you try. And if you just need to set yourself up and try in such a way that you feel good about doing it, like, do it. Like, if you need to try your hand at singing by singing in a group so you don't feel self-conscious and you don't feel like you fail before you begin, do it that way. It doesn't matter. Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm talking about, Angel. Yeah. So, yeah, music, man, it's powerful stuff. Powerful stuff. It's not just a fun, cool... Well, I mean, it is a fun, cool thing, but, like, it's a lot... It's a lot more than some people think it is. Yeah. Anyways, being creative, like, that's definitely an outlet for me, I feel. Like, yeah, working in IT, you do a lot of technical thinking about things. I mean, I know the thing about 3D art and digital art is sometimes can be the perfect blend between the technical and the and the creative. I feel like that's very, very much a lot of why I sort of gravitated towards digital art making as the thing I wanted to try and learn to do for reals. Like, that's, I went to uni. It's like the perfect blend of being creative and being, you know, working at a puzzle, figuring out a thing, learning a thing, because it's like, it's the digital meets the creative. And I just thought that was right up my alley, which it is. And, like, you know, I get my sort of, you know, do my day job, do all the thinky things, and do all of the brain stuff, and I really enjoy problem solving. I really enjoy figuring stuff out, and I really enjoy, like, making somebody's day, and you know, like, oh, thank you, fixed it, you know, oh, it's working now, you know, I love that. Gotta ride that high, right? You know, take your perks where you get them. You know what I mean? So, like, what that ends up being is, I do all that problem solving and all that sort of stuff, you know, at work, and then when I come home, I gotta have some creative outlet. Like, I mean, I play video games, so that's like some people might think that's not a necessarily creative endeavor, but it's like more of a, you know, like just a way to relax and have fun, you know, it's like you have your fun bit. But when I feel like, I just need to sometimes, like, and it's not all the time, sometimes I get into a run of like, oh, I want to make a bunch of things, or I just be like, catch the creative bug and like, I just want to try this thing, I want to make this thing, I want to do this thing. And I now do, in the last couple of years, regularly do game jams now, and I just love, with my friend Shane, yeah, you just gotta make, sometimes you just have to make, Jesse, we have to make, you know, I don't know, maybe lots of other people feel this way, maybe I'm weird, or maybe a few people, maybe certain people feel this way, but I'm just like, I have to make something, I need, or I get an idea, I get inspired, like, I am kind of glad that I don't necessarily have to force myself to be creative for my day job, because I feel like, I think that would be very hard. I enjoy making things, but I don't know if, like, quick, creativity now, turn it on, let's go, like, right, like, we have a deadline. I feel like, I don't know if I crack on the pressure or not. I guess I haven't really tried doing something like this full-time as a job, because, again, nowhere near the level of professional quality I would need to be, or the quickness, or the, like, you have to be efficient when you're working a job. It's efficiency, you have to be quick, you have to be good, and you have to be fast. Like, it's hard. So, and again, game jams is like, isn't that all deadlined? Like, yes, but we do a scope, and we figure out what I can do in the amount of time, and then we stick to that scope, and I think we do that really well, because I'm really, like, have project management skills from work and that sort of thing, so, liquid break, and I feel like that gives me some skills to go, okay, here's what I know I can achieve, here's what I think I can achieve, and here's some stretch things that we could if we have extra time, and here's our bare minimum of, like, if we completely run out of time, here's the bare minimum we need to get stuff done. Ciao! Yeah, exactly. Oh man, I am speed! Exactly. You don't want to feel like, when you're at work, and you feel like you're, you know, dragging down, like, the team, or the business, or the client, or the whoever, whatever you're doing something for, you don't want to feel like the slowpoke who's like, oh, it's so slow, and I don't know what I'm doing, and oh, I feel bad about it. Like, that's bad, right? Guess what, everybody? I have been working on this entire project without having saved once! How much faith do we have in Blender, everybody? Look at that. Look at that. I am going to save, because that is... Whoa, talk about living on the edge. We are living on the razor's knife here. I'm gonna save. I'm gonna say, where am I gonna save this? Oh, don't even know. This is my game jam folder. Oh, dude, that is not a good art. Where do I put my art? Don't look at my things. One moment. Oh yeah, I put it in here. I put it in my documents. I'm just gonna call this. Valentine's Day. .blend. Save. Oh boy. Don't look at my thing. Yeah, well, I didn't look. Again, I'm not a streamer, but I don't think I have any personally identifiable information in there. But also, don't look at my things. Oh no. Oh man, that's probably the longest. How long have I been streaming for? 1 hour and 54 minutes. That is 1 hour and 54 minutes worth of work I would have lost if I had not saved it and it crashed. Mind you, we're working in Blender, and I have never... Actually, maybe once, and maybe I caused it. Like when I was duplicating like a huge thing, like was doing a big thing. I can't at all in the 1 month that I've been using Blender, maybe it's only 1 month, but it's actually crashed on me just randomly, just working on stuff. Maya, on the other hand, the other 3D program, constantly crashes. So like, got used to that Alt Fs4 pretty darn quickly. Or Control S or whatever. But, I don't know, Blender just lulls me into a sense of security and I don't even remember to save my actual file, let alone an autosave. Anyways, so that should be safe now. Oops. Oh dear. That is bad. That is bad. Do not do what I do. Definitely save your work. That's, Geez, you really learn your lesson once you lose your stuff, but then you don't. Then you don't actually remember and you just remember until next time you forget. That's how remembering works. Okay. So we have hair scripts, we have scribbles, we have squiffles, and we have lines. Can we do it? Can we do the thing? I feel like there's another... I need more reference! 360. I want... No, there's not enough. This game is too new. There is not enough reference. I should just... Maybe. Hear me out. Okay, no, but seriously, hear me out though. Legit, like, work, things. What if I just open Palworld? Not to play. Definitely not to play. And just, like, double check my character that I'm trying to make. Cause, nah, it'll be fine. I'll just do it. I'll get distracted and then I'll log in and I'll want to do things and then we're not in art category anymore. Well, I'd have to switch my category to playing Palworld instead of, making Palworld art. Okay, let's open it up. One moment. I don't want to get distracted, but I just need to quickly check the back of her head. Just to see what it looks like, because as you can imagine, a lot of reference pictures are like, here's the front side of my face, don't look at the back of it, but I need to see it. And I think I know what it looks like, because I remember, but also my mind's eye is a bit fuzzy on that, just as a little bit. And, whoops. No. Connect to the server. Okay. Load them up. Okay, let's... This is the big reveal of who was I actually trying to make too. Hold on. Now loading. Still loading. Running Blender, OBS, VC Face, motion webcam, Opera, I guess, Discord. Has a bit of heft to it. And Palworld at the same time. Not a problem. Oops. Turns out, can we all see that? Is that working? Let's have a look at my stream preview. Oh, log in, screenshot, log out. That's true. That's true. Da-da-da. Let's, oh my gosh. I have way too many huge pals at my base. Huge. Just huge. Just enormous. Alright, yes. We're gonna log in. We're gonna take a screenshot. And then we're gonna leave. We're not playing Palworld. That is not what we're doing. Okay. Oh, I need to... I need to put you... you need to pop in my party just for a moment here. It's Flambell! Oh my gosh. Okay, let's get... I put my piano in my base. It's very nice. Yeah, okay, so this is definitely late game. I've got, like, this is the last set of tier of armor, which is Power Metal. Anyways, I know you said you didn't play Palworld, but this is like the highest tier of armor, aside from the next one that I'm not quite yet at. I'm 49 out of 50. Anyways, distracted. Okay, let's pull out Hey! 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 Don't... Oh. I'm gonna have to summon you outside my base, because you're gonna go look for work. Otherwise, stay there. No. Gotcha. Oh, isn't she adorable? She's like the cutest little squishy squatch. Okay, yeah, that's good. Right there, honey. Hold that pose. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. Okay, follow me this way. Need a little side shot. Oh, yep, side shot. Oh yeah, they jump when you jump. It's cute. You can kind of see what I was trying to do. Each hair lump is kind of separated. I'll try the first 2 hair lumps and then see what happens. Okay. I wonder how my dudes are doing. Oh, there's a chest up here. I'll just grab that before I log off. Uh-oh. I'm getting raided. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Oh, no. Oh, no. Silbix, you can freeze these guys for me. Where are they coming from? Oh, no. There. It has to be my base because I'm the only one online. Okay. Yeah. Come on, catch up. They're gonna walk around. The weird place my base is in, means that they kind of like walk up there and then they walk around. Oops, ran out of stamina. Attack him. Okay, let's pull out this guy. Go, big dragon. Go, go, go. Get him, get him. Oh, actually, I'll take one of these. Oh, get him! Yes! Oh, I hope I got that. Stay in. Yes! I caught one of the enemy pals. Oh, yeah, it's my second one. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Successfully defended. Yeah, don't worry everyone, we're not playing. We're not playing! We were getting screenshots. We're getting screenshots and references and then a raid happened right as I logged on. And I have to defend my base. Although my pals will die. It's a thing. Yeah. Just don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. Oh, man. Okay, I've got to put... Okay, alright. Now, we're all good. We've done. We're finished. And now I just got to put away my poor guys. Incapacitated one. Oh, which one is he? Oh, he's up. He's not that one. He's not that one. Wait. Oh, which one's my real one? I'll put him away. We'll pull out our other one so he can have a rest. You gotta rest your pals. Okay. And the other guy is recuperating. Put him there so we can find him next time. And he actually died, so he needs to, like, rest. Okay. We're done. We're done. We're done. We're leaving. We're all good. Back to Blender. Definitely what we were doing the whole time. Wink nudge. Crit game. There we go. Okay, alright. Yeah, we're fine. We're all good. 1 second. Something went down. Oh, my things arrived. That's fine. That's fine. Not looking at my work phone. Definitely not looking at my work phone. Okay, right. Let me just pull open my screenshots. Today's screenshots. Let's make it big. Let's check this out. Okay, so our main thing is it's meant to look drippy like wax. So we can do that. And we can also do that. We may have to further subdivide the hair later, but I'm going to test with these 4 strands. And then if that works, I'll split these again into drippy wax looking things. So it's more of an even split of, let's see, so apart from the one front, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 on the other side. So 1, 2, 3 roughly, and then 1, 2, 3 on the other side. More or less? Probably less. Something like that. So, what we'll do is we'll test the sculpting on the front and then split, I think. Because I really want to try the sculpting before I finish the stream today, just to see if it'll work. And then if it doesn't work, then we'll just backspace it all out. I think I've got, let me just check my increments. Not increments, what am I thinking of? See what I say. Say what I see. Saying random things. Yeah, so file, edit, preferences, edit preferences, interface, save and load, recent files, autosave is every 2 minutes. That doesn't help you if you did not save in well, maybe it does help you when you didn't save in the first place, but we still don't rely on that necessarily. Mind you, I've never lost any work in Blender, and I definitely have in Maya, and I definitely had autosave on that one too. Not as much as if in the old days in Photoshop though, so. Adobe loves to crash! That's just what happens. Now, what I'm looking for here is undo steps. So it's at maximum, I guess. Undo memory limit. Should be no limit. We can do up to 256 steps, which... Can we do more than that? Can we do 1,000? Probably not. I understand more resources, but maybe that's just the limit of the program. Vacation, whatnot. Yeah, that looks fine. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I think that's right. Alright. We should be good, even if I can't undo. Alright, let's save a copy. And we'll call this 2. Whichever version we're working in is the version we continue with. Cool. And that's an incremental save. So if it all goes terribly, we'll come back to this version and we'll start again. So that'll be right. Otherwise, if we don't do too many, we can just undo. That'll be fine too. Okay, time to sculpt. Oh, not yet time to sculpt. Hold on. First, time to auto smooth. A shade smooth. Shade smooth. Ooh, it's looking squidgy already. Encouraging. Alright, we are squidgified. Are we ready to sculpt? Sculpting. Did I? Something looks amiss. Something is amiss. Let's just try. Let's not worry about it. Now what I want to do is I want to blob. Ooh. Strength, radius, all of those good stuff. Actually, I know what I need to do. I need to flatten this bit because it's a bit squaffle. Needs to be head shaped. Squishle squaffle. What's elastic deform do? Ooh. Actually, you know what? I know I said I was ready to sculpt. Whoa, come back here. Stop modeling. Is it? Something. Modeling, mesh. Just gotta... Still feel like... Oh my gosh. Can we just go all the way around? Suspicious. This area is suspicious. His face is suspicious. Your face is suspicious. Let's do that thing. Let's do that thing where I forgot what it was. No suspicious things here. Somebody's face is suspicious. It might not be yours, Angel, but somebody's faces are suspicious. Something about this stops here. Maybe that's just because how I separated them. And they're no longer a cohesive unit. Maybe that's what I did. It's just it doesn't go all the way around anymore. And I find that suspicious. Kind of like, and then that goes all the way around. It must be these two faces here somehow stop the thing from going all the way around. I want to grab and push. Okay. Different tactic. Let's do... I keep doing the thing I don't want to do. Select circle. I feel like that's worse. That's a worse way to select. Nope, never mind. Back to what we were doing. Just want to reduce down all of this so that we have like less of a bulbous bit. Instead of like hand squidging it, and so we start more of a round, kind of a round section. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Even if it's not perfect, we just flatify it just a little bit. Nearly. Missing one. Okay, now we... Okay, no, it's not perfect, but... Oh... Nope. What have I done? What have I done? No, we got it. We got it. We fix, we protect, and we attack. From here, I think I can flatify it after the fact. Oh! A closer approximation of what I was going for. That's definitely the goal you should aim for. It's too close to the... There we go. Close. Definitely closer. Okay, that'll do. Now we sculpt. I've been saying that for the past half an hour. Now we sculpt. And I'm going to flatify... Which one are you? Who are you when you're at home? Okay. I haven't memorized these. Flatten. What does that... What does that do? Why is that... Oh yeah? Kind of. Kind of does the thing. What's it doing on the inside? Nothing bad, I hope. Good. Oh. Sometimes I don't know if it's doing the thing I want it to do. Or if it's just doing strange things like this. That was for exaggeration purposes, just to see what it was doing. Might be right? I feel like it's still, like, kind of weird. Let's give it a bit of... Nope. Fill, maybe. What exactly is it using as fill? Maybe a bigger radius? What's it being long and flat? Because that's how my squares are, I think. Maybe less radius. Oh, come back in. Maybe its strength is too... Maybe it's too strong. It says here, fill or deepen. Like, I feel like fill is kind of the thing. Is more or less kind of the thing I want it to be able to do. Oh, I don't know. Too many options. Let's go back to flatten. Let's have a look what flatten might be doing for us here. So it moves in line with the same lines that I have. I see. Which means I think I still have to fix those lines. At least to a satisfactory... You've got to start with a good base. I guess you can't just smudge it over and fix it entirely later. Okay. That we can do. I will accept this. Reasonable answer. Serious mode right now. Oh man. Focus, right? I'm just trying to get the curvature of this line to be pretty close. I might pull the top of it in. Pull the top of it in to get it closer than I had it before. And then when I actually go, it's one of those middle lines, just need to... Oh. I think it's better. I think it's better. Yeah. Oh, it still feels like it's bulbous at the front. No. Imagining. I think that's just the squidginess that I put on there. The back of it is fine. So I'll just flatten the front and then we should be good. Yeah. No, it's close. I think the underlying is close as we're going to get it, given that I've already played around with it a little bit. So if we flatten this here... we should get back to where we were. Whoop, where were we at? Ah. Why is that the opposite of flattening? I am... Flatten tool, right? Right. I have no idea. Look at all these other tools in here. What is this? Face set by cloth fit mesh, box trim, box hide, smear. Smear? Recognize that from Photoshop. Doesn't do much. I'm just painting things. Multi-res displacement smear. No. What does that mean? What does it mean? Let's just use the sculpting tools that I figured out how to work first. Layer. No, less layer. Control layer. Oh, 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 okay. Less strength. Oh. Don't want to have it there. layer, layer, less strength layer. Anti-layering. Okay, I get it. I'm gonna do slightly less than half of that. Oh yeah? Oh, going in the opposite direction though. And then we use, what was the one we had before? Fill? We had a fill. Hey Phil! There we go. Okay, we'll look at that in a bit as well. Let's do the fun bit. Let's make the ends blobby. Yeah. In order to achieve this, we are going to also remove all of this and just focus on the hair. It really looks like I just did a cylinder. I should have just done a cylinder. I should have just done a cylinder. I don't know why I started with a sphere and tried to make it hard. The things that you learn. Anyways. Yeah, so sculpting. Let's come back here. Now I think the size and intensity of the brush is going to be a big factor here into how the blobs blobify. Not too much though. Inflate. I know I should have leveled ups, but we'll less that. Radius needs to smaller. Strength is fine. Radius needs to be smaller again. Still. Catching. Oh, that's sharp. That's not what I wanted to do. Is it because I don't have enough faces? Is this my problem? I'm not sure this is my problem. It could be my problem. I'm not sure what my problem is. That bit's fine. Let's do things. I'm not sure which each of the tools really does. It just feels like I know what it does. It's a snake hook. Whoa! Let's turn that down a bit. Turn that down a bit. I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing there. Thumb. Thumbed. Just put a big old thumb in it. Scrape. Scrape. Guess that's like flattened but different. I guess blob and inflate are kind of similar. Maybe blob gives me a bit more control by the look of it. Ew. What is happening here? One moment while I investigate. The heck? What? What? What is this? Do we have a normals problem? We don't have a normals problem. Oh! Suspicious. Suspicious faces. Whoa! Something. Okay. Oh, I can't see from this far inside the head. Okay, let's. This seems weird. These bits all seem a bit weird here. Wait a minute. So what we did is we did loop cuts. And those things are the size of my loop cuts. So what we have here is dissolved faces, but undissolved. And that's why the faces didn't go all the way around. Okay, everything has a reason, right? So what we have here is 6 or 8 separate lines instead of one. Even though it looks like one line, it is actually several lines. So if we dissolve edges... Incorrect. If we Whoa! Nope. Merge at center. Oh no. Merge at cursor. No. Collapse. No. Oh! I just need to select these ones. And now I have two. Okay. Every single one except for one. Merge at center. Merge, collapse, and then what do we vertice it back into? Oh my gosh! I should have looked at vertices mode. I would have seen it right away. There's our problem. That is the problem. Problem is fixable, I think. Dissolve vertices. And we'll just do that. Well, this is me being a 2D artist and looking and going, that looks right. And then just the deep understanding of the lore behind your 3D object. There's deeper meaning there than you can see from the surface. This is the true core of the difference between 2D and 3D. And I'm very much still learning this. It happens in every, like, there'll be this in every project where I go, I'm going alright. Oh, now I want to do this other thing. And oh no, what has happened? What on earth? What the heck? You know, it's just like, it happens, and then it happens in a different way every time. So I get to learn a different thing every time. But, oh boy, is it, is it interesting every single time. But the thing is I now understand, instead of being like, I don't know, it's broken, lol, give up. Like, I now, once I can understand why, no, I don't want to delete the verses. I need to dissolve, because delete just rips them out. Can I do this at once? Yes, I can. Here we go. With the power of precision selection, we got most of them. Okay, so we may be able to do this a little faster than I thought, so hang on to your hats and or heads. Puts hats on. Yeah, you gotta put your hat on before you hang on to it. That is how this ride. You must be this hat to ride this ride. Oops. Okay, and we gotta do the other one too. This is why. Loop cuts. I love them, but they are very powerful. They can be very powerful if you don't know what you're doing correctly, or you don't realize what your further implications are. But that's okay. We live, we learn, and then we laugh, and then we cry. What am I dissolving? Dissolving vertices. That's right. And then we do the other side. Flip over. Is this suspicious? Oh no, it's just the angle. It looked a bit suspicious. No, it's fine. So when I say something looks suspicious, this is what I'm talking about. Something sneaky in my thing that's like doing a thing without me knowing it's doing the thing. The very definition of suspicious. Not just me being paranoid. Was a thing happening, and now we know, and now we can fix, and that's fine. And then that's fine. So we just do the other side. We'll fix up that guy. And also the reason why I like kept the... Oh, I didn't even do the bottom half of this one. What if we do our faces here? Because that's how we did... That's how we did it last time. Whoops. Go away, 3D cursor. We don't want you right here. We'll just do it exactly the same way we did it before, so everything is groovy. Selecting through. Yep. Do the things. Do the other things. Boop. Takes notes. Look, this is, for lack of a better word, amateur hour in quite the literal sense, both in streaming and in doing lit art. So let's get right in there. Let's look up its nose hairs. Delete, dissolve, vertices, wonderful, cool, time for the inside. Anyways, my point is, if you wanted to learn what not to do, you could probably see a few things. Oops. Let's turn him over. Why's my character leaning so much? Is this just... I'm probably doing that the whole time. Ooh. I have to fix up. Maybe it's my webcam. Does it look like I'm leaning? I don't know. Oh! Ah, that's just the squidgification I was doing before. That's fine. Dissolve. Nope. Dissolve vertices. Don't dissolve the edges. We'll have no edges left whatsoever. We'll be edgeless. It will have no point. Alright. Now, it's not going to necessarily help with the weirdnesses of the squidginess that we were doing, but I feel like it will make it not as weird. And really, that's all you can ask for, right? I just do a bit of hand squidging here. Maybe we could do a bit of a rounded off here. I think I may have to add more faces here to give it some way to be. Where are you? You're in here somewhere. X-ray vision, go! Oh my gosh! Okay, there you are. That's just who I'm looking for. Okay, let's... Whew. Okay, we're back. Oh yeah! We're back in face mode. Let's take off. Oh my... Oh yeah. There we go. Back out of face mode now. Pay attention. Mini dance break party. Okay, there's some slight points on the ends of the fringes, which I guess should be fine. Up a bit. I should have really mapped this out first. That's alright. We will survive. Okay, I think I've rescued all those vertices now from themselves, more or less. Let's turn off 3D mode. Can't work in that for too long. Does my head in. There we are. There we are. Alright. Oops. Put that thing back where it came from. Also help me. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Getting there, getting there, getting there, getting there. This drippy drip. Can we round that off? Do we need... What do we need? How do we need to approach this? It's kind of starting to look like the thing, right? Like a little bit. Where's the... Zoom in on this. Where's the... Hang on. Oops, not those. Like... Squidgy squishiness. Like, getting there, I think. But I am thinking, I am debating and pondering and wondering whether we should dare I say it, lip cut. Just once, and we're not going to back it out, we're going to keep it forever and ever. Just to give us some more articulation points to work with. Some more squidgy bits. So that might be what was missing. Get some quads up in this business. Yes. I think. Yeah. Yep. Alright, cool. And let's do the same. This guy. Because yeah, the extensions and the things were very much not consistent. Suspicious? Why does the loot cut finish there? Fine, is the other side? Nothing looks suspicious. Like, there's no doubling. That's just a normal face as it normally reacts when I pull it around. It just doesn't loop cut all the way around for some reason. Which I guess is fine. Can I have an edge in there? Okay. Compromise. Oh! There's an outside on the inside. That's a thing that happened. Don't be suspicious. It was, look at it though. Suspicious line all the way through. Now if I select that guy, what happens when we delete faces? Cool, it only deletes the face on the inside. Cool, we got rid of the suspicious guy. We're all good. Everybody stand down. I know, like when something doesn't react in the same way as the other things, of all the other, you've done it 3 times earlier, and something is different about that section, and then it becomes suspicious. So if we now select a random, oops, no, I wanna, excuse me. 1, 2, yep. What? Who invited you? I didn't, maybe I did. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Now when we loop cut. Hey! Perfect loop cut. On the other side too? Yeah. Okay, I'll turn that off. Oh my gosh, how long have I been streaming for? Like for 3 hours. Oh. Flails. whilst I didn't get as far as I thought I was going to, I had no idea how far I was going to get, I guess. But, I guess I didn't expect to finish a piece of it today. I feel like I learnt a lot of things, laughed at a lot of things, lived a lot of things. So, you know, we will see. I'll do a little bit more, see how far I get. Hydration break. Now you concentrate on something, then you don't drink anything for 3 hours. So this hair sort of, it arches over like a little. Should we prop that up a bit? Let's move that one. So we got a little bit of a little that business going on. It's kind of like that. Kind of like this. Oh. See, this is my jam. This is, sorry, not the music, the incremental tiny movements of dots around the screen. This is actually, it is in a 3D environment, but this is what I'm more familiar with 2D. Like, I don't know if you've seen people make stuff. Yum, I love jam too. Jam on toast. Jam, 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 jam. I don't know if you've seen people squivel around in Illustrator, but it's, or other vector-based programs, but it's essentially line dot, move the dots around, make the lines liney. And there's that to some, obviously, it's part of this too, but like also, there's a heck of a lot of other things in here too. But yeah, like this is probably more my speed, but I really want to get more into and do some of that sculpting business, but I'm maybe need to level up a bit more. Anyways, getting it closer to what I want to look like, and then using the tools, probably the way to go there, which I have done now. Let's save that because we have fixed a lot in the last little bit. We'll do that a bit later. But let's see if we can get this bit to like come alive now. To some extent. So let's go back to our sculpting. And here we go. Actually, whoops. No, it's not the one. It is not the way. The last thing I wanted to do. Is it shade auto smooth? Oh, gross. Nope, it's shade smooth. That's the one I want. Never mind. Okay, so let's sculpt. Sculpt. Now I still want to blobify it. maybe just more subtly. There we go. Try not to squidge it into each other. This character is like a melting candle head wax kind of thing. So the idea is like melting wax. It's pooling a bit at the bottom of the ends, going to these little blobs, which I've made too big now, but I'll fix that later. Maybe I'll fix it now. Just reduce down a bit. But we kind of just make this smaller. Yeah, we'll blob it out this way. And this one can blob that way. And it's just kind of like melting down the head here. It definitely pulls more at the bottom here, and there's a whoops. This is why you have to keep looking from all the angles. There we go, that's a little bit. Yeah? Whoops. Again. Gotta keep a close eye on the look at it from every angle perspective. Oh. Maybe it's just a little bit wavy, a little bit lumpy, but like it's ultimately an organic, flowing kind of hair kind of thing. It's not like regular smooth hair. I don't know, I'm just trying to explain what I'm trying to do. I don't know if it's working. Figure out what this liney is doing. Let's undo all of that little bit. The rest is good. Okay. So we're gonna lumpify some of this. The character's head really lumps out from its head. So like, it's not just at the bottom, but it's out from the side too. So I might even like, if I could shape it so it comes like around out a bit more. I wonder if that's just pulling it in towards its face, as opposed to pushing it out. That might be the easier way to go. Well, let's just try sculpting it this way. I'll stay with this bit. Maybe just replace that a bit. It's giving me some business right now. Oh, there's a thing called smooth. I think that's the one I wanted to use. Whoops. Not cool. Or maybe. If I push it enough. What kind of misshapen... Oh! Okay. If we try that again, but less hectic. That might actually do. Hey, I found the tool I needed to actually use. Heck yeah! That's what I wanted. Whoops. Smooth. Smooth it all the way down. Oh, you can even do like little ripples and stuff with it too. That's cool. Yeah, it's awesome when you figure out the right tool for the job. Yeah, and I don't mind that there's these little little bits there because, again, it's wax hair. And I think it needs to look a little bit like it flowed down a little, so it's not quite even on all the bits. It's just sort of organic kind of. I'm liking how this is going. I'm really loving this direction, in fact, actually. It's looking really good. Who knew? Right? Just need to not overdo it. Oh, hello. Cool, but a little bit over. Too much. Let's save this. Ooh. Didn't want to close, I just wanted to save. I'm kinda loving the direction this is taking, and it can still be like a little bit up and lumpy on one side because, again, wax head, it kinda melts unevenly because that's how wax happen. I'll fix those. Yeah, fix those bits up later. That's fine. Oops. Yeah, it's kinda looking like the thing. Kinda. Oh, look, I think I knew it existed like last time I was using it, and then I forgot smooth. I was like, oh no, there's like a flattener tool. There's like a thing that'll help me smooth it out. And I was like, flatten! That must be the tool. Because this, I mean, I see now that I thought it was like a scraping tool, but like also, if I just moused over it and seen smooth, I would have remembered, oh, this is a thing that exists. I should have been using this. No, I definitely knew it existed before I just, like, forgot today. Again, I was only using it for, like, 2 weeks a month ago, so... 2 or 3 weeks a month ago, so, like, this is what happens when you don't remember brain things. That's just the thing. Anyways, I didn't do a lot of sculpting on previous things, so what I do mostly was I was modeling, I'll show you, actually, since I've saved it already, real quick, I'll just show a couple of things that I was making, and you'll be like, oh, none of that is sculpted, yes. Like, basically office things, so like, that's the Yeti water bottle. I made, this is for the game, so just assets for the game. I made a laptop. Yeah, don't worry about that. Oops. Oop. Oh. That's weird. Where's its, oh, there's its color. Yeah, I made it's like a laptop. Again, like all square things as well. So, I know that looks weird. It is perfectly normal looking laptop. It's just the perspective I think is a bit strange from here. But it is in fact a normal laptop. What else did I make? I made a mug. Shiny mug. Pretty mug. What did I make? Else. Made a pen. The pen's okay. Yeah, it's whatever. You can't really, I don't know how to do, or if you can do like see-through material in Blender. I don't know if that's a thing or not. But I meant it kind of plastically looking, so. What else? And open. Can's kind of boring. Keyboard's about the same as the paper stack. Oh yeah, paper stack's just a stack of papers. That's not really that interesting. Yeah, so it's all like square, kind of like nothing that needs smudging. Very geometric, that's the word. It's very geometric type shapes and stuff like that. Or things that are just like as they are, like made a monitor. Like this guy. He's just like doing his thing. And then when I did make the people for the thing, I kind of just made them like kind of block people, like because that was the vibe we were going for. It was like very just like square block kind of thing, and like a bunch of these guys with different hairstyles and what have you. Open like person 3. You know, like that one's got a bun head and that sort of thing. So yeah, just like people with different hairstyles, so it's not like realistic or anything. So there's the printer. I want to show the printer because that's probably the more complex one that I made. Person, cabinet. Oh, I'll show the tall cabinet. Those old scungy, like yellow cabinets with the lock on them. You know the ones. If you worked in an office, you've seen these. Maybe you haven't. Maybe they're really old. What else? Oh, there's a printer. Le printer! Yeah. A little bit of roundness and stuff like that, but none like sculpted, just more like slightly manipulated if need be, but like more just using the geometric shapes as precisely, because that's what these objects are based on. Le printer! Yes, it is a Canon 550 or 5500, something like that. Anyways, it's one of the good Canon laser ones. Now, a little bit of mix and match, because my jam partner Shane asked for these big round buttons to feature on there, and I was like, technically speaking, we have draw handles for that. And he's like, yeah, but I want the big punch buttons, like the classic, like you push the button in, it pops out. And I was like, okay, we'll put them in. So, a little bit outside of what it would have normally had, but for the sake of nostalgia, we put them in. But, yeah, so a little touchscreen there for your interface and networking it into the network. Anyways, yeah, the printer's probably the one I'm most proud of because it has a lot of moving parts. Also, speaking of moving parts, if I select all of this at the right time and I move it on the y-axis, it's a full draw. You can actually missed a bit. Let me try that again. Grab on the y-axis. It's like legit. I modeled it so it was a proper draw, so you can actually open it. Like all of these are like, let me just get the selection is kind of jank, but grab that, grab the button. I think I did leave the button behind. One could pose this printer if one wanted to with the drawers open or closed, which was, I was like, I'm gonna make these proper drawers just in case in the game we want to have the drawers be open for whatever reason. I want to make it so I don't have to redo the model, and we can't not do that. So yeah, oops. So the drawers can in fact open. It's not perfect, like some of them don't line up, but like, yeah, more or less, you can, from a distance, you're like, oh, the drawers are open on that printer. Yeah. Put that back. do. I just probably just won't save it. Would be what I do. Anyways, so that is in fact not the thing I spent the longest on, and it wasn't the people either, because that was pretty quick. The thing I accidentally did for the longest, and accidentally spent way too much time on, was this chair. And the chair was the one thing that wasn't as geometrically shaped. You know, like chairs, like those office chairs, and they've kind of got the cushions that have kind of got, like, the wavy bits in them, and then, like, the cushions are just, like, they're not, like, any particular shape. They're just, like, ergonomically shaped, which is, like, the one thing in the office that needed, like, sculpting, right? So, this is what I spent way too much on, and way too much time on, and made it hyper realistic, and I was like, I have spent too long on this. So that is the office chair. It's the classic office chair, and I spent way too long modeling it from scratch, and it turned out pretty good. But given all of the other things we had to do, I mean, I got all my things done, to be fair, as the artist, sound person and all the things for the game jam. It was definitely overkill, I think. So yeah, so I'm pretty proud of this chair, to be fair. Like, it's even the lip at the side where I beveled the edges in, and how it sort of snugs, like, plastic around it snugs it up. There's a lot of little details here I could point out. Like, it's got all of its, it's got its lever, one on one side, two on the other. It's got all the bits, right? But the thing about scope and scope creep is that I couldn't make all of the other things to this level. And I was like, I should just I should chunk it back down. I should make it back to whatever the thing is. You know, the level of, you know, make it less round, more blocky, like the rest of the things are. And Shay's like, no, keep it like it is. I love it. And I was like, okay. So that's what it is. And it's the one randomly weird, hyper-realistic thing in the rest of our game. And I love it. It's fine. And yeah, like, that's where I did use the sculpting tool and made, you know, the little, almost imperceptible, like, divots of where, you know, where the cushion, you can kind of see there where it comes down and back up again. And it's, like, almost not even worth it. As you can see, little thing in there, just where the shadow catches it. But, like, I definitely didn't need to spend that long on the chair, sculpting it out like I did. But I did, so here we are. And again, a learning experience, like these little things, learning how pivot points work so that I can do not that. If I look at it from below, I can actually swivel these around the pivot point on the cylinder as opposed to its central pivot point, which is ordinarily the center of the object, which would be about here, but it pivots on here. So I learnt about sections, pivot points based on the section of the objects instead of the whole object as an average. So that's a very cool thing to know how to do, because what that meant is I could pose, I can pose these wheels in whatever configuration I like without the wheels themselves moving from the location here. And that sounds like, oh yeah, that's exactly what you'd want it to do, except, like, you have to tell it to do that. I'm sorry, I'm definitely getting too technical here. But yeah, that's like the, that's one of the objects I, like, did spend a lot of time on. I learnt a lot of things and all that sort of thing. So, back to what we were actually doing. Oh, and the star of our game. The only other one that I actually did sculpting on was our star of our game, which is our little squidge guy, which is our ick puddle. And yes, he is that colour, and he is glorious. I mean, they, squidge. It's Ick. It's Ick the guy. If you're interested, I can link our itch.io. Where the heck is it? Here it is. That's our game jam entry. Okay, I'll just link the game jam entry because it links you to the game from there. Oh no, what? Am I not logged in on my own? Cool. One moment. Here I am. This is me. Life should be fun for everyone. That is a link to the Game Jam entry on the Pirate Jam, which we did last month. And it links to the itch.io page, and you can play the game if you'd like to, like, check it out. It's whatever, but we are quite proud of it and pretty happy with it. There's some, like, quality of life and fixes things we'd still like to do and do a bit more on, which we're waiting on the judging to be finished before we do that, because ours actually hasn't been judged yet, as far as I can tell, and the notifications. Anyways, so they're still judging, but once judging is done, we've put some comments down the bottom of what we'd like to do a bit more of, talking to people and that sort of thing, but yeah, it's definitely some things we'd like to work on it a bit more, but actually for a Game Jam submission, I'm quite happy with what we came up with, given that we've pushed ourselves a little bit more and a little bit more every single time we've participated in a Game Jam together as a duo. I think we're both quite happy with how we've progressed in what we attempt to do and how we pull it off and how much polish we give it and all the rest of that. It's actually quite exciting, and it's that scratches that creative itch that I was talking about earlier of, like, you know, you just want to make something sometimes, and when your day job is like solving people's problems and troubleshooting and thinking about technical things and, like, you know, lots of brainy brain, sometimes the other side of your brain's like, excuse me, I'd like a turn, please. And yeah, like, that's why I love doing this. Again, I don't know if I'd be able to... I'm the ick, yes, you get to be the ick, and sometimes you just want to make a mess. You just want to make a mess, and you just, like, make a mess, and it's great, yeah. So that's the thing. So... where was I even? Documents? It was Palentine's Day. Number 2 was our backup. Yeah, here we go. So we're back to this guy. So this little flambo. And we got a little bit of overlap happening here, but that's okay. We smoothed out the top of her head, so she doesn't look like an alien with lumpy ridges anymore. She's got some little waxy bits. Anyways, yes. So when I talk about, like, not as adept with the sculpting as much, even though I've spent a couple of weeks in it already, that's what I mean. Like, I spent a couple of weeks making a lot of geometric shapes and not really leaning into, like, the other aspects of the tools. Yeah. You may recognise, because we've had the songs playing, and that they probably rolled around a couple of times now while we've been streaming, but we used one of my songs in the background music for this game as well, when you look at it. Yeah. Whoops. Okay. I'm thinking I may need to give this more articulation points again, just with the arch over the eye. Yeah, no, I know. It's like, you've probably heard it like 6 times in the stream already. I probably should make more music. I don't know. I'm a bit worried that if I'll open up, because I don't have the same programs, I made these on programs I don't have anymore, that I can't get anymore. And I'm worried I'll open up a program and I'll have blank canvas panic. I don't know if anyone else gets like that, but, like, it's like you open it up and you go, I can do everything and nothing. It's like blank canvas panic, or whatever you want to call it. It's like all your creativity, like, flies out the window. Or worse is, like, you think of, like, oh, I want to make a cool thing, and then you get stuck in the weeds of, how do I actually operate myself in this program? Because, again, I'm more of a traditional musician than a digital musician, and you get caught up in the weeds of, well, how do I actually get that into there, and how do I make it sound like I want it to sound? Whereas I could just sit at the piano and press a recording and it'd be great and whatever, but, like, now I have to turn it into a track and I have to master it, and things that I didn't learn, because I didn't do that at uni. I did all of the, you know, the artsy thing, because I decided not to learn it. But then I could just get in and, like, figure it out, right? So I just learn as much as I need to know, and then everything else sort of works out from there. So, yeah. But, yeah, it's that initial panic of, like, oh no, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Help! But, yeah. Is that kind of round? Is that too much of a gap now? The big eyeball needs to be, like... needs to be... Where's the legit, definitely not playing Palworld while I was making a thing? Screenshots, let's have a look here. Make it big. Make it big. It's not too big. It does have a bit of a gap. If I made the gap too big though, what would it look like before? No, I think that is actually better. Yes. Yeah, I think that's right. And now we need to blobify this side a bit, I think. Actually, before we do that, let's round out this guy before we get too far, because otherwise we might end up moving things around. So we'll give this a bit of zhuzh. Move that over there. Oh, you were supposed to come too. Somebody forgot to send your invitation and it got lost in the mail. Okay, everybody now. Oh dear. Okay. Don't panic. We can fix this. Everybody calm down. Oh no. It's gonna be fine. We just need to bring order and calmness, and there's the line again. Okay, cool. Okay, we just need this guy and this guy, and that's not too bad. We got some round to it. We can bulge it out a bit if we want to. We can smooth it if we need to move it around. And I might even bring you, and you, and you. You all might just squidge over this way. Here's my X-ray vision. Ooh, you guys are getting a bit too cozy over there. Oh! Actually, we can all, if we carefully, should make this a vertex group. So we can move it around later if I need to. The last time I made a vertex group, which is to say a selection that you save so that you can refer and click on it and reselect, so you don't have to select them again. A vertice group. Last time I did that, and I saved it, and it worked perfectly while I had the program open. And saved and closed, all the good stuff. Open it up, everything is as I had it, you know, the file, what have you. And I went to find and use my vertice group and didn't work. So I opened up all my vertice groups, and there was none in there. They were just gone. So I don't know if that's a glitch that, like, I literally didn't update or change versions, because some people said, oh yeah, sometimes your vertice groups disappear themselves when you update from version this to version this, and I'm like, well, I'm reading it and going, well, that's not what happened to me though. Like that's not the thing. I in fact, I better put this back where I have it. you select these. So I don't know what it is that I did. Obviously did something, but like all my vertex groups were just gone. Either that I didn't save them properly, but I definitely saved them because they were working, and I saved before I finished, so dunno. Anyways, so what I'm gonna do is try again. Vertex group. So a vertex group, and I assign the currently selected vertexes. They are currently selected, and I might even name this and call it let me look at it from this side. I can't turn it around. Left, right. Right front bang? Left, right. Okay, right front bang. Right, short. Yeah, because there's 2 short bangs and then all the rest of the long ones. So I might just call it right short bang. So if I go deselect, it deselects them. If I go select, it reselects them. Easy. It's exactly what I wanted to do, and it's how I was using them before when I was doing stuff. And then, for some reason, the vertex groups just disappeared. I don't know. Oh! Sorry, Angel, I don't know if you're still here, but thank you so much for hanging out with me and asking me lots of cool questions and making me not feel alone while I stream. You go to bed, have a good sleep, and I hope I might see you again if I stream again. Bye! I hope you saw all that. You can watch it later if you missed it. Okay. Thank you so much for hanging out though. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, so where were we? We went on a big ramble. Okay, we turn off invisibility mode. Invincibility mode. See-through mode. These ones are a bit weird. We go, and then we go. Oops. Give that a bit of roundness. And now we have some gaps, and we can like squidge it out a little, maybe. Save! Let's go back to sculpting. Because that's what I just wanted to have fun sculpting, and I didn't think it would be this hard. What is this? Suspicious! Ah, get in there. Get back in line. Is anyone else? What are you doing? Why are you like this? What's on the inside? And I probably won't see it, but how the heck? You guys. I look away for 1 minute and you're doing funky things. Is that from the smoothing? No, it can't. It can't have been, because everybody else is fine. I just selected something weird. I did a strange thing. Now, by fixing that, I'm not making it worse, am I? I'm making it worse. Okay. Let's do flat. And let's move it like this. I don't even know how. Like, how would this happen even? I must have been systematically selecting something to have it move like this. That doesn't make any sense. Wait. Wait a minute. My loop cuts didn't go all the way. Maybe that's why it's... Maybe that's why it's just my loop cuts that were like weird like this. I don't even know. I don't know if this is salvageable. Does it matter? Does it matter if this is weird like this? Does it in fact make a difference? I'll get it to a rough approximation of where it should be. So I feel like if I don't fix it now, and then it will be one of those, another one of those things, I'll go further down the track, and then realize, oh no, this is not going to work because these are all everywhere, and then everything is horrible. Even so, I'll manage that. I hope it was just my smoothing, and if it visually looks fine, then it is fine. Okay, that's better. Let's get an approximation of a straight curved line. A straight curved line. Yes, that about sums it up. Oh, I didn't move them all back because I wasn't in the right view. Bad, 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 bad. Put these here. Top down. That's better. Right, getting distracted. Focusing too much. Need a mini dance break. Right, yep. What? What's this? Suspicious? Not suspicious. Just looks suspicious. I must have pressed something else. No suspicious things. VOD. That's close enough. Save. Looks good. Looks fine. Looks okay. Alright, let's back to our sculpting. I think that's right there. I think that is good progress for today. I did tackle what I think will be the most difficult bit, which is the hair, making it drippy drippy, nice. I'm gonna get going and do other things for my day. But thank you to those who've popped in, chatted or not chatted or lurked. I remember you scrolled up the stuff for dopamine. I recall the lurk. So thank you anyone else who was lurking and hanging out. And I might stream this again, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, maybe next month, maybe next year. You know, consistency, right? If I continue working on this, I might stream it again, or I might just make some more and not stream it. So yeah, thank you to anyone who was around, and I'll catch you later. See ya.